Florida is obviously one of the known as tourism capital of the world. It's a peninsula into the Atlantic Ocean. We have 300 days of sunshine per year, so it does get a little bit warm. But when you think about using our weather as a added value, we embrace the outdoors. We aren't just locked in a classroom with fluorescent lighting and a teacher talking at a traditional classroom board. They're outside using the waterfront if they're learning marine science. If they're in our aviation program, which is one of our amazing signature programs, they're at the airport in downtown St. Petersburg, using the aircraft, using their aeronautical engineering background or experiences in the curriculum. So we try to use our local community, the local surroundings of Tampa Bay and the greater Florida to not only encourage or push kids in the academic sense. The other piece is Florida has some of the nation's top universities. University of Miami is one of the best marine science colleges in the world. We have marine science. Daytona Beach, over on the Atlantic coast, hosts a college called Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. It's the crown jewel, the #1 aeronautical university for all things space and commercial and private flight. We send students there on a daily basis. University of Florida just had 11 Olympic medals won in the most recent Olympics. Being here, we also have the opportunity to help young men and ladies get into the college of their hopes and dreams. Well, it's really an interesting question. The word military can often get misconstrued. The word military can sometimes mean discipline or harsh or rigor or volume, like yelling and such. We're not a boot camp. And so what I like to encourage families to think about is take the word military out and look at what you're trying to get for your student. You're trying to get personal resiliency. You're trying to get time management skills. You're trying to get some health and wellness and fitness in there too. You're trying to create opportunities for them to grow up and lead. That's what Farragut can do. We teach kids often the social skills, the soft skills that are being forgotten today. So many of these young folks are addicted to their phones, to technology. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to do interviews like we're participating in today. They just know how to text and email and tweet and whatever it is. What we do is encourage these children to collaborate with each other, share their ideas, be leaders, be advocates for themselves, and be advocates for their others. We do it in a military uniform 2 or 3 days per week. But the truth of the nature is, every job that these young men and ladies are going into will have a uniform. If they're surgeons, they wear scrubs. If they're lawyers, they wear suits. If they're in the space program, they wear a space suit. And so what we've done is we're teaching young people to look people in the eye, shake their hand, come prepared, come early, come ready to tackle a challenge or be a creative thinker or be a critical thinker. And if some of our young students do choose the military route, they're not going because of the traditional, what you might call military rigor. They're going because of their academics. They're going because of their heart. They're going because how they lead by example. And so the truth is only 20% or so of our students pursue a military career. I mentioned I'm a graduate of the school, very passionate about that. This is me in 6th grade. I'm pretty handsome, I think, but I didn't go into the military. I didn't choose to go into the military, but I did learn that I have to dress for the job you want, not the job you have. I learned you have to shake people's hands. You have to listen to them and then speak. And I think that's what the military framework allows our young men and our young ladies to excel in. And that's why I think that our children 5 and 10 and 25 years out of high school do connect back with us in a passionate manner. They want to share what they're doing. They want to share their successes and accolades. And they often want to say how much Farragut prepared them for those challenges and struggles and adversities that they're going to experience as young professionals, or perhaps young married couples or young parents, or whatever the story might be. And so the military piece for us is a very important part of our heritage, but it should not be a limiting thing. It should be something that we can embrace, and we can see that if we fast forward to what the end result needs to be, or what parents are expecting, they want resiliency, they want maturity, they want some discipline, right? They want their children to understand. And I think we deliver very well on that. As a school with a military tradition, we have embraced a lot of things that we think the military in the United States and abroad are hiring for. Some of those things are aviation. We have an amazing aviation program. We spend hours and hours each year in our classroom that hosts 6 different certified flight simulators, hundreds of hours every year in the skies, flying around the greater Tampa Bay area, and encouraging our children to find their passion in some of these programs. As a school, we pride ourselves on being what's called college preparatory. Now that's great because they get to go to college, but really programs like the scuba or engineering or aviation, as I just mentioned, those are areas that really help these young folks identify a job, a career. And I think that's really special. We have 2 different engineering labs on campus. One's focused for our lower school students. One's focused for our upper school students. We explore the big word of engineering because there's a lot of different factors that are in the engineering practices, both chemical and physical and electrical and mechanical and aeronautical, we mentioned, or civil. So often that big word a student can get lost in. But what we want to try to do is find their passion in that area. And if it's not there, at least they've tried it. And students often need to try new things and get their hands dirty and roll up their sleeves to figure out what their passion is. That way, it's not just mom and dad saying, you need to go do this. I want these children to say, I don't like mechanical engineering, but gosh, I love civil. Look at these big buildings I can build. That's really special. And that connection is really important. We need to go through the practices of school and so on. But the more that these students can have fun, smile, build something, do something, and also learn how to fail. Not fail like get an F or a bad grade or something like that, but do something that didn't work and then have the personal perseverance to push through to the finish line. That's a huge personal achievement for a lot of these young kids today. Our signature programs are what really push us and allow us to stand alone. They identify us, they make us a special, different school. But I also think when you have a child, remember, they're young, they're immature sometimes, they need encouragement, who can graduate from high school learning how to fly an airplane. That's not trivial. That's life or death. So when I mentioned in the first part that we talk about maturity of our students, I have children who can fly airplanes before they can actually get their driver's license. I think that really says a lot about the quality of the students that we have and really the quality of motivation that our educators have for these young people.